Coach, you've had a day to think over the game now. What are you taking from that to carry into the next game to make sure that it's a positive result?
Yeah, as the score is incredibly painful, and we definitely feel it. But I also think the reflection of the game was a crazy game, very uncharacteristic of the mistakes. Matt Freese, Thiago Martins, they've been probably our best two players this year, and I think to go into to come out of a 5-1 game and have an expected goals of 3.2, double the team that scored 5, is very, very unique, and I think I don't think I've ever seen it. So I think when you look into the game, you see that large parts of the game we played well, we created huge chances, and actually that performance has delivered a lot of wins in the sense of outside of the boxes, but the 2 boxes were critical in the game. So for us, it's about, we're not unconscious to the result, and we're not unconscious to the impact of that, in the sense of how that impacts our football club and our supporters. And it's something that has happened 4 times in 200 games at home that we conceded 5 goals. And now it's about the reaction. I said it after Cincinnati, and I'll say it again. It's about the reaction. It's about seeing how the players and the staff and the football club takes it. And I've been really pleased over the last day and a half that we've been able to look at not overlook the good parts, harness them, but also accept what happened and look in both boxes, look at the result. Me included, head coach, I take full responsibility for it and of it. And now it was no bigger game, right? I looked in the dressing room after the game, and the team probably would have played straight after. There was that huge disappointment and desire in there, and hunger. So now, capacity crowd, the team that's leading the standings, we know it's going to be difficult, but it's a great opportunity for us.
Yeah. So speaking of that game in particular, Miami also did not have the best of games midweek. What are you taking from them that you can take advantage of to make sure you get that win?
Yeah, I think we know Miami. We've done our scouting on them. We've played them earlier in the season. We played them last year in the Noche d'Or game post-season. We played them just before the end. We know they're a top team. Their league position shows that. Their individual talent shows that, and the way that they've gained results with whatever team they've put out shows that they are they're setting the standard in MLS at the moment. So it's going to be an incredibly difficult game. We know that we will create chances. We're at our best when we're on the front foot, when we're playing attacking football. Wednesday we lose 5-1, but our attacking game shows that we can create huge chances, and we can give ourselves the opportunity to score multiple goals. We have to have that side of our game. But we also know that this Miami team is going to put us under pressure, and we're going to have to absorb the pressure. They have world-class players all over the pitch, and many of them, and they score multiple goals. So, we reflected on the 1-1 tie in Miami, and we got a point in that game because we defend our goal really, really well. We make sure that individually we have high-level games, and collectively we defend properly. So Matt Freese was excellent in the game, Thiago Martins excellent in the game, our 2 fullbacks were top. We're going to need that in this one.
Injury-wise, how's the team doing? Risa was out last game. You took Tavon out at halftime. He seemed to be favoring a leg. What's their condition right now?
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Tavon and for Agustin Ojeda that I took them out at halftime. And I must say, the team didn't perform collectively when we look at the score. It wasn't individual performances for taking them out. I felt that the team just needed a reset at halftime, so we put 2 in. I was potentially going to do all 3, so it wasn't due to injury, and it wasn't due to them individually. They were just the 2 guys that came out to try and reset the almost balance of the team and try and get some energy in. Bert Risa trained this morning, so we'll see how he reacted to the training. He trained half yesterday and full today, so we'll see how he reacts. Everybody else is fully fit.
I guess the best thing for the team right now is that you get a game 3 days later on a Saturday. You don't have to sit and stew on this for a week. What's the mentality in the dressing room going forward for this game?
The mentality is very, very similar to how it has been every game. A huge desire to play well, a huge desire to entertain our fans. We want to win. We've played every game to win. Philly, we played to win, and I think you can see that with the amount of goal chances that we created. But the mistakes, gave us a mountain to climb, caused us a huge problem in the game, and we know that. But I'm not going to sit here and dig out Matt Freese. He's the best he's been the highest performing goalkeeper in the league. So we have to move on very, very quickly from that moment. We don't dwell on it. And I think the team has, it's almost galvanised the team. You can see that the team has accepted it. It's painful. It cuts deep because it's not what we want to deliver for our football club and our fans. But at the same time, if we repeat large parts of that performance, we will give ourselves, especially the offensive side of the game, we'll give ourselves a huge chance of getting a result.
If I can follow up on that a little bit, the first 10 minutes seemed to be very strong for New York City, and then after that until halftime and just before the last goal, the Martinez goal, the team didn't seem to be performing at its best. Yes, there was a lot of individual mistakes that led directly to goals, but just in general, it seemed Philadelphia was on the front foot and not New York City. Why would something like that happen, and how do you change that so it doesn't happen again against Miami?
I think first 10 minutes we started really, really well, and I think there is the first goal that causes us to almost be slightly passive, and it almost affected us. There's we're on the front foot, and then the first goal goes in. We know we have to react better. We know we have to continue on the front foot, but with a young team, with a team that is making huge progress and developing throughout the season, it's something we've got to learn from. I think the huge positive in it is that outside of, I think they probably had 10 to 30, and then I thought we regained control in the last 15 minutes of the first half. We have the huge chance with Keaton Parks, we have the goal with Alonso Martinez, the huge chance with Alonso Martinez. There's many positives when you go in at half time. The game could be 3-3. Those are massive chances. They're big chances. They're chances that we create through our identity and through the real offensive mentality we've developed here. We have to capitalise in those moments, but then to make the changes and come out in half time and carry the whole game until the set play goal and create chance after chance, they're really small things that we have to fix quickly, but they become really big things when you look at a result that is 5-1.
Thank you.
Onto the Zoom, Oliver.
Hi, thank you. This is Oliver Strand with Hudson River Blue. The circus is coming to town, and Yankee Stadium is expected to be at capacity. With the opening game of this season against Charlotte, one of the factors you talked about after that game was that the crowd size intimidated the team a little bit. 63,000 people in Charlotte. How will this young team deal with Yankee Stadium at capacity? And let's be honest, a lot of the people in the stands are probably going to have the white and blue of Argentina on their shirts instead of the blue of New York. Especially if you're playing against a Miami with Messi, Busquets, Alba, Suarez. These are people who are used to high pressure games in front of large crowds. How do you prepare your team to deal with that environment?
I apologise that I don't recall saying the team was intimidated by 65,000 in Charlotte, but if I said it, I said it. But ultimately, when I reflect on that game, we had 60% of the ball and we allowed them a corner in the first 5 minutes. So when I reflect on that Charlotte game, I don't feel like it intimidated the team. We carried the whole game, we just didn't create enough. But in the first game of the season, I'm proud now that we create an awful lot, and we've continued throughout the season to improve in our offensive game, and that's been the story of our season, right? Is we have to continue to improve from moments. We have to improve from Wednesday. Now, I think when I look at the team, how do I prepare the team to play in front of a capacity crowd, an intense environment? Maybe there's more supporters for the opposition, for individuals in the opposition team. I actually gauge that throughout the week, right? Post Philly, you're looking at the reaction to the game, you're looking at how people are and how individuals are anticipating the Miami game, who's excited, who's hungry, who's talking about it. And all I've seen is real enthusiasm and real energy. I've seen a huge positive reaction from the group to coming out of the tough game that was Philly, the tough result. And I look at the team on the training pitch this morning, even those that aren't in the team, I said before to the team, I made 5 subs in the Philadelphia game. it's highly likely I'm going to make 5 substitutions in this game, or many substitutions based on the high turnaround, the quick turnaround, 3 games in 7 days. I think many teams are doing this, so we're going to rely on everybody. And when I look at our guys, I think they relish an atmosphere. I think you see that in Columbus. Sometimes in Columbus, when their crowd is intense, it seems like there's a lot more than the capacity that is in there, and we played well there. I think we've got to make sure that we see it as a huge opportunity.
Chris?
Hey, Coach Chris Cameron from the outfield. Keaton Parks on Wednesday, he missed 2 chances, but he had arguably his best game of the year, especially attacking. I guess 2 parts to that. One was part of that really game state and chasing the game 3-0, leading to him being pushed more forward. And 2, how do you look to harness that from him going forward and continue to get performances like that from him down the stretch?
Yeah, we've got to push him. We've got to continue to put that responsibility on him. He's a senior player in our locker room, and when Keaton plays well, technically he's top level, and he has been all year. And I think what we've been asking from him is that real physical element to his game, driving the team on, getting in the box, being able to use his size and his physical ability to cause problems for the opposition. And I think we saw that in Tigres. I thought he was top in Tigres. I think we saw the best version of Keaton Parks. I thought it was his best game for the football club since I've been here. And then in this game, I think you see he's arriving in the box. He has the chance in the first half. He has the chance in the second half. He's driving the team on and trying to create chances. We need more of this from Keaton Parks, and I do think he's played well this season, but I think when he plays at that level, you see the real potential he has to really drive our football team, and we'll need that tomorrow. A top level version of Keaton Parks makes our New York team a better team.
Christian?
Hi, Coach. As someone touched on their big ticket this week, how excited are you for that opportunity, and maybe any fans that might be thinking about coming, what would be your pitch to them to get out and come and experience it?
I think it's twofold, right? I think we know there's going to be a capacity crowd in, so the more fans and the more of our fans that are pushing us on, we play better when we got our crowd behind us. We are a really exciting team when we get the crowd on our side and the crowd behind us, and we attack our supporters. And the one thing I must say, our team is 3-1 down and 4-1 down against Philadelphia, and that's not good enough for our team, and I understand that. But our crowd was exceptional. Our supporter section was behind us with the drums, with the singing, and we heard them all the way through. And we're disappointed we didn't deliver for them on Wednesday night, but this is another opportunity for us to perform for them and for them to get behind us, and I would encourage all those fans. The other side of it is we are in a period without a win, and this is a young team, a team that is really hungry to deliver for New York. And if we can get our fans behind us and we can get real energy and real atmosphere behind this team will deliver. I'm sure of that.
If I can just follow up as well, excuse me, this is obviously a great opportunity for the guys to experience this occasion, all that. What do you think it can do for potentially their development as a group, being exposed to this experience?
I think when you've got a team like ours, every opportunity is an opportunity to learn. Every difficult moment is one that you can react and bounce back from, and you can become stronger from. And every moment where you enjoy with our supporters, you perform at a high level, you take wins, is a learning moment. I think for us, I've said all along that the tough times, they make top teams, and you get more good moments from learning from the difficult ones. And Wednesday night is one that we have an opportunity to bounce back from, and Saturday is a real occasion that we can deliver in, and it's going to take us at our best. It's going to take us to, I've said, play our attacking game and be on the front foot and entertain our supporters, but also absorb the pressure from a top team with real high class individuals. So a huge opportunity for us to take another step in our journey.
At the risk of sounding like Columbo, I've got one more if that's okay. We on the outside will deconstruct all the tactical elements, Miami's side, everything. How important from your side is it just to focus on what you guys can control and your own performance despite what they present on the other side?
I think you have to take into consideration the strengths of the opposition for sure. Against the team that are leading the standings, you have to understand why they're so good, and they do have very, very high level individuals, but they're also a very well coached team. They've won with whatever roster they've put out, whatever 11 they've put out throughout the season, and you have to respect that. But for us, I think, it's always about understanding why we're good and how we're good. And when we've defended the game well, it's because we've defended as a team, defended from the front, but we've also defended our box as 11, and our back four and our goalkeeper have had top games. And when we've created problems for teams, it's because we've attacked the game as a team. We've created moments. Our front three and our 2 10s have played together, and tomorrow is another opportunity to play together as a team. I've said before, and I said after Philadelphia, it's not about the defense and it's not about the attacking game. It's about our New York game being at the level that we want it to be.